Hi, my name is Octavia, and in this video I would like to tell you something about a new star called Nova. It was discovered around the 18th of March by a Japanese hobby astronomer. The interesting thing is it grows brighter, so it gets brighter each day, which means, so far, it is visible via normal telescope and may be visible via naked eye one day. It would be good, in case you are interested, that you are checking the news each day to see whether newspapers start to report on this star. What you see here in this circle is the constellation of Cassiopeia. And where the circle is, you may find the nova. So Cassiopeia is a W or an M in the sky. And the new star is around here. I would like to tell you a bit about Cassiopeia, because I think it's very interesting that we are about to see a nova and that it is near Cassiopeia. So Cassiopeia is called the Queen in the night sky. We see this constellation in the northern hemisphere of Earth, and it is there circumpolar. So if you look to the zenith, to the pole star, it is always nearby. She has a consort called King. The constellation of the King is sometimes also the North Star in certain ages. I think 6,000 years ago, the King was the pole star, and it may be in another 4,000 or 6,000 years again. So the Queen is the consort. She is near the center where the axis of the Earth is turning. In certain cultures, she is called the woman on a chair, or the woman on the throne, or the hand with henna, as a tattoo with henna, a red tattoo with henna, was a symbolism of dignity and royalty. You can see, if you look a bit closer, that the W is seen here. It's very interesting to know that this W may represent a crown and was such an important energy that the pharaohs liked this symbol in their cartouche. There is a symbolism in the cartouche that is a little bit edgy, may look a bit like the Aquarian sign, and this may represent, in fact, Cassiopeia. So the pharaohs liked the dignity of this and the royalty of this energy, and therefore they wanted it to be represented in their name. The Queen is a very strong female energy, and I guess, or the people that are researching mythology around stars are quite sure that this story was a little bit altered during the patriarchy, because Cassiopeia was aware of her beauty and her power, and the gods disliked that, so they chained her to that chair. They chained her to that throne. So during patriarchy, a woman aware of herself and her power and her beauty was, of course, restricted. Therefore, Cassiopeia may represent an always present female energy ready to free herself from the chains in the time that is about to come. What I find also very interesting, and this may be an interesting information to know for people doing or Soma or are aware of Vicky Wall and her story. Cassiopeia was sometimes called Mary Magdalene in the Christian era, or Deborah. So this star constellation represented either Mary Magdalene's in a certain era or the Bora. So this name switched. The brightest fixed star in the constellation of Cassiopeia is Shida. It's here in the chest of the Queen, and this star represents the energy of treat others as you like to be treated yourself. It is an energy that knows your own power, your own strength, and it is wisdom through dignity. The nova is near the star Kaf, which is here in the back of the chair. And the astronomical coordinates you find here, I also post in the information box below the video some newspaper articles where you can find also these coordinates so that you can check again in your local newspaper. If you like to check where this constellation is or where this nova is occurring, this is how the sky may look to you when you look up in the northern hemisphere of Earth. Just as you see in the north here, look to the north. This N symbol represents that you look to the north. Cassiopeia may turn a W or may turn an M, depending on when you look into the sky. This is, by the way, the open source software Stellarium. It's free. You can download it for free. So you can do this imagery on yourself, on your own at home and a PC. Depending on what time you look into the sky, Cassiopeia may be an M or a W. And here you have the Big Dipper, and depending on what time you look, it may be seen here or standing on this axis, or that it looks as if it travels across the sky so that you really can see the chariot driving along the horizon. So I thought it may be quite good to orientate yourself on the Big Dipper. This year are the pointers. So when you see the Big Dipper and you see these two stars, this here's Dubhe, they point to the polar star. So Polaris, look down and you see Polaris, and then look down and you are at Cassiopeia. So in between Cassiopeia and the Big Dipper is the pole star. This is Cassiopeia, this is Dubhe, Sheba, and this is Kaf, and you may find the nova around this place here. So the W of Cassiopeia, this is the brightest star, this is Kaf, and you may find it here. It may be next to another star if you look through a telescope, so it may look like a double star. Please check the links that I put in the info box, because then you see some of the photographs taken from telescopes, how it may look to you in the northern sky if you look or try to find it. My name is Octavia. I hope you've enjoyed it. Look into the sky. It is really interesting when we are living in a time where we may be able to see a nova, may it be through telescope or by the naked eye. But when there is a nova occurring in the sky, it's always something worth watching, especially with the mysticism or the symbolism of this constellation where it appears. Bye!